Hello, everyone. We're coming close to about the midpoint of this class. So we're going to go ahead and dive into week five's housekeeping items. The agenda on this one, we're going to talk about feedback, homework, and quizzes. That's going to be the same thing that we've addressed the first 4 weeks of the class. Assignment 1.2, just as a reminder, is closed if you did not complete that the first 3 weeks of the class. Feedback for discussion 2 and 4 should be available inside the class portal. We'll address that. The honor practice test, if that has not been completed, this is another friendly reminder to get that done. Discussion 5.1 this week is not a graded forum, but we'll go through the details of what's involved inside of that discussion. And then a heads up that next week's discussion forum, discussion for week 6, is a writing assignment. This is not one that you're going to be able to complete within 15 minutes. It will take a little bit more time, but just as a heads up, that need to be on your radar for next week, that to allocate a little bit more time or bandwidth to that discussion forum. We'll talk about the midterm exam. It has been open since day one inside the class, but since we're at the midpoint, we'll address that one. And then my instructor availability for the week. Just like the previous 4 weeks, as you complete assignments, those scores will be updated automatically inside the class portal gradebook. For homework assignments, practice midterm and practice final, those are unlimited attempts. It's practice until mastery. You can do those problems an unlimited amount of times through the very last day of class. That's Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time. Quizzes can be taken up to 3 times, and best scores recorded inside of the grade book. This again was made mention the first 4 weeks, but just as a reminder, if for some reason you have not enrolled into my math lab, you want to take a look at how to do a homework or quiz problem, or to see the feedback that's associated with any assignment, this announcement has this video in it. I strongly encourage you to take a look at that. So it shows the underlying process of seeing the feedback, as well as how to get enrolled, as well as completing any homework or quiz problem that's out there. So this is a good resource. If you did not watch it during the first 4 weeks, I strongly encourage you to take a look at that. Assignment 1.2, this was the Math Resource Center quiz. As I made mention back week 4, this is closed. Unfortunately, you're not able to submit that at this point. It is only worth 5 out of the 1,000 points possible inside the class. This was covered back in week 1 and week 3's videos. Feedback for discussion 2 and 4 should be inside of the class portal. There is a rubric on how the points were assigned. Take a look at that, as well as any additional feedback that I've got relative to that. So for discussion forums, you will see some additional detailed feedback if I deducted points, what was involved with it, as well as in the use of the rubric that's out there. Week 2 and week 4's discussion forum cannot be resubmitted. So if you did not submit any postings for week 2 and week 4, it is not allowed to be resubmitted unless there is some accommodation that the university has approved. The honor practice test, we've talked about this during week 1. If you have not completed this, this is a great time to go and take a look at it. Make sure that your hardware, your software, your camera, your microphone, everything is in working order. This will still remain open through week 11 and can be redone as many times as needed. If you change your device and you want to verify everything's good to go for that last week in the class to take your final exam, this is a good resource to go out and do that. Again, cover this in great detail inside of the week 1 housekeeping video that's out there. So again, if this is something that you haven't completed as of yet, I strongly encourage you to start taking a look at this, because once week 11 rolls around, technical issues of not being able to use HonorLock is not grounds for an extension or incomplete inside of the class. Okay, week 5's discussion forum Involves study skills from a test anxiety and test taking strategies. On this one, it is not a graded form. It will open Monday at 12 a.m. Mountain Time, closes Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time. So during these 7 weeks, you can use this from an attendance perspective, but no points are earned. For this particular discussion forum, you're going to watch this video that is inside of the discussion, and you're going to answer 2 questions. From there, you're going to take a look at what strategies can be used while you're taking a test. How do you study? How do you go in and ensure that you have a successful experience when you're taking a test? And then you'll also want to reply to 2 classmates as well. Now, that reply is not required on this one since it's not graded. But if you want to earn attendance from a week 5 perspective, this would be a mechanism that you would do that, because any work inside of My Math Lab for a homework, quiz, etc., cannot be used from an attendance standpoint. Only post to a discussion forum triggers being in attendance in a given week. Okay, heads up, we talked about week 6 discussion forum. Week 6's discussion forum is worth 20 points. Unlike the other graded discussion forums in weeks 2, 4, 7, 8, and 9, they're only worth 15 points. So this one is worth a little bit more. This discussion forum is going to take some additional time. This is not a matter of you're going to be able to do this in 5-10 minutes, write it out, and make your initial post on this. This one is going to take some additional time. That's why I bring this up as a reminder, so that making sure that next week between that Monday and Thursday that you have the time and bandwidth. I would allocate at least an hour for this initial post that's involved. So this one's going to be a little bit more writing than your typical initial post, but it is worth 20 points out there. Initial post that next week will open 12 a.m. Mountain Time on that Monday of week 6. Initial post is going to be due 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time on Thursday. So again, this is just a friendly reminder or a heads up that this is going to be on your radar for next week. Midterm exam is scheduled this week. You still have until the end of class to get this completed as far as a midterm. Midterm is over the material from homework 1 through homework 4. Now, out underneath My Math Lab, there is a practice midterm exam that's out there. You can do those problems. It is worth points to do this practice midterm exam, but the same problems that are on the practice midterm exam are going to be the same ones that you see on the midterm exam. Unlike other quizzes where you can take them 3 times, the midterm exam can only be taken once. So do keep that in mind. That is a different caveat. The midterm exam can only be taken once. And let me go back here. Just a reminder, the midterm exam is not proctored. The only thing that is proctored or utilizes HonorLock is that HonorLock practice test that we talked about earlier, as well as the final exam inside the course. The midterm exam is not proctored inside of this particular course. And then last but not least, my availability for the week. Monday through Friday, I'm inside the class portal. Typically response time less than 24 hours. After Saturday morning, starting Saturday afternoon through Sunday, you may not get a response until Monday morning. So do keep that in mind. That is my time away from facilitation inside the class portal. Best way to get a hold of me is via email, themweeman@national.edu, or you can use the Google phone. It'll go directly to voicemail, and then I would respond email to you. Let me know if there's any questions on week 5's expectations. Thanks.